I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past. I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past.
Hello, and welcome back to another Thursday night with the dev team. Guys, good to see you here tonight. Tonight I have with me Theodore and Robert.
Hello.
Guys, how
Hello.
are you tonight?
We're doing good. I'm doing good at least. What about you, Robert?
All good. How
Okay.
about
What
you,
about you,
Anton?
Adam? How are you?
Really, really good. I'm excited about tonight's dev. It's an idea that I think has come for its time. I mean, it's come for the right time exactly. It's a very exciting idea. It's something that I've never seen before. But now that I think about it, I wonder to myself, why have I never seen it before? It's something that's very practical and very useful, and something that Biella was able to do very simply and very easily. So I think it's a very cool idea. I'm going to have you two talk about the details of it, but I'm just going to give people sort of an overview of what it is. Before we start in and talk about the idea, for everybody who's new here to Biella.dev, welcome aboard. This is our weekly Thursday development show. This is where we take your ideas that you have and work them out into something that you can actually show to your friends and family for several reasons. One of the reasons is because people like to know what they can do with BLM and they want to see how to do it exactly. But secondly, because it allows you to see your ideas to come to life. So everything we do on Thursday night development comes from our viewers and comes from our users. So thank you for that. Tonight's idea, like I said, is a great idea. It should have come a long time ago, and I'm quite surprised that it hasn't come along before. So I'm just going to tease you a little bit with what the idea is. I mean, I'm based in Dubai, and it's very hot here. Today it was about, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. Sorry, folks. I work on a metric system. But today it was about 42 in Dubai, right? And 42 with the humidity, and we call it the humidex. The humidex makes 42 feel closer to 50. And I know that, Robert, where you are in Spain, you've been struggling with a little bit of heat there as
In
well.
Fahrenheit, it's 107. It's possible.
107, right? 100. Great. So we're in the triple digits here, folks. 107 Fahrenheit, about 42 degrees Celsius. And like I said, with the humidity, it makes it feel like about 50.
I feel like
Robert, in
Texas would
Spain, where
scoff at
you
that
are,
a little bit.
In
in
Spain, when I
Dubai, we're very fortunate in Dubai. We're one of the few countries in the world that actually has AC everywhere. And that's a little bit of a sort of a little tip on what's coming up in our dev. But I know it's hot all over Europe, and then the heat wave is moving from west to east. So it's going from where you are, Robert, in Spain, and heading towards you in Romania there. Is that right, Theo? So, Robert, what was it been like the last few days where you've been?
last week was okay, but this week will be a little bit hot. I think today is 35 and will be till 39 next Monday.
Welcome to Dubai.
Yes, basically yes.
All right. And I think from what I'm reading in the news, Theo, it's headed east towards you guys, towards Romania there. Yeah. You're expecting some hot weather coming your way?
At least, I mean, it's been pretty hot these couple days. I don't think it's gonna get hotter anymore. At least, well, for like the next 2 weeks or so. I'm not a meteorologist, but it's rained today a little bit, and it's gotten a little bit cooler.
Very nice.
Hopefully,
very nice.
it stays under 35 because that's what I saw on the weather app for my city.
Wonderful.
But
wonderful.
it's not so bad. It's not unlivable. I really hate when the
Look,
sun is getting.
maybe for
really
you
down.
young guys, it's not unlivable. But I'll tell you something. If you get a little bit older and you're out there doing a little bit of exercise, out jogging or out doing a little bit of work in the garden, that 35 really begins to take its toll on you. Believe me, right? And then I don't know if you've got pets, but if you've got a dog walking out on that pavement there, those poor puppies, I mean, their toes get hot. Let me tell you something, right? And if you've got kids and, school's over for the summer and you don't want the kids home in the house all day driving you crazy, the first thing you do is you send them outside to play in the garden, right? And with temperatures like this, you got to be careful. So
Just turn on the sprinkler
tonight's
system.
sprinkler system, right? For how long, right?
Exactly.
You're going to run the
That's
kids
true.
through the sprinkler system the whole day. You do want to go out. You do want to go out with your pets. You do want to go out with the kids. You want to be able to walk the city. A lot of cities are beautiful cities for walking, especially in the summer. So I've often wondered, how do I know where the nearest spot is where I can sort of find a place where I can sort of either enter and rest a little bit, either a small mall or a cafe where there's some nice air conditioning there, or some place that's shaded in the big parts of the park. There are parts of the park that are shaded with trees. And when I'm walking around, the last thing I need is to be wondering where that is with the kids tugging on one side and the dog on the other, right? Wouldn't it be great if you could find something like that with an app right on your phone? Take a look at your phone and tell me where the nearest shaded area is, where the nearest cooling area is, right? Let me get out of the sun. Let me go someplace where I can get a little bit of AC or maybe get some shade. So the app we're developing tonight does exactly that, right? It's an app that's based on a location and a map, and it lets me know relative to where I am, the nearest places I can get out of the heat. So, and I need to know different places, right? Places that are accessible for pets, places that are accessible for people with children. I mean, I was telling Theo, I don't want to take my kids into some place where they're going to get bored, right? They may be out of the heat, but then they're going to get bored and they're going to start, making all kinds of other issues and other problems, right? So one of the things I want to know how to do is how to get some place that has a little bit of cooling, that has a little bit of shade. And with Biella, somebody had this great idea. And like I said, I'm surprised somebody hasn't thought of it before, to get us to a place where we can find the nearest shaded area, right? Or
like
the
this
nearest
could be
cooling area.
implemented by the local authorities or like the local governments. 'Cause
Especially
it's
in the very hot areas, right?
Yeah.
They've actually set up cooling stations where you can go if you live in some of those older apartments. They don't have ACs in them. And if you're in those higher floors, don't forget, hot air rises. So you're an older person sitting in one of those old apartments, you're going to get very hot. So you're going to want to be someplace where you can get to a cooling area, right? And so
I know about the taller floors, like the attics. I lived in an attic for some time, and it was unbearable in the summer. It would get between like 35 degrees in the room. Like, it is crazy.
You need an industrial AC at home to live there. So
I need an AC and like 2 fridges with the doors open, just to cool down.
Yes, and look, a fan. Look, I know a lot of people love to use fans, but all a fan does is just sort of push that hot air into you, right? A fan really doesn't help all that much. It moves the air around, but it doesn't cool it by any means, right? And don't forget a fan. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. So the other thing is, look, I need to know. Sorry, Robert, you were saying?
Emma was saying that heat doesn't make sense unless a pool nearby or sea ocean.
Yes, if you live near a pool or near the ocean, that's another story, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, in 50-degree weather, you can only sit on that beach for so long. You're going to be in that ocean every now and then, right? You're not going to be suntanning by any means, and you're not going to be sitting comfortably, right? So one of the important things that this app needs to look at as well is who it's geared for, right? I want to be able to know if it's for somebody who just needs to be in some place that's cool because they live in a home without air conditioning, or if I have kids, I need to go someplace where I can have the kids enjoy themselves, or if I want to go out with the pets, with my dog, I need to go someplace where pets are allowed, right? I can't bring, my dog into the mall and have him cool off in the AC because, there are certain restrictions placed. So this app also takes the user into account, right?
All right,
why don't you tell us a little bit about how we're going to do this, yeah?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the actual prompt we're using for this application. So I already went ahead and started it since the beginning of the stream, so that we don't have to wait for BL to load too much. And I gave it this prompt right here. So first of all, we're actually going to so I'm going to get a little bit into detail about the backside of things, or like the actual building of this application. So first of all, it's a website, but it's also mobile responsive, so you can pretty much pull it up on your phone and see it directly in a nice, beautiful design. And the working title is CoolMap. The core loop is user opens the website, site detects location, shows a map of cool refuges. I don't know how to say that word.
Refuses, yes.
Refuges, yeah, okay. So within a 15-minute walk, pins are categorized: free AC, libraries, malls, transit stations, water, public fountains, splash pads, rivers, etc. Shade, parks with tree cover, covered terraces, and emergency cooling centers. One tap
Very
directions,
good.
yeah.
that's
One tap
very
directions, a
cool.
share this spot with someone button. And then there's two AI layers on top of this whole map, this whole application website. There's a personalized plan. So this one we were thinking of making a way for people to describe who they are exactly, so that in case, like me and Adam, when we're talking about this, we're thinking of the disabled people or the elderly people. And we were talking about how they can't really walk that much. So we were thinking of adding like a limit, hard limit of how far they should actually travel for this plan in order to not overexert themselves. So that's this, the personalized plan. Of course, we can actually tweak it to be like a parent of kids, of young kids, outdoor worker, or no AC at home, etc. So different types of tags here. The output is a written plan for the next 24 hours: when to go out, when not to, when to be at what time. We have a couple. We have a couple issues here. All right, let's go ahead and fix these. Next up, we have a check on someone button. Generate the
Great idea.
generate the pre-written. Where is it? Here. Generate the pre-written message in any language to send to a vulnerable relative or neighbor. All right, this is actually a really good idea.
Yes.
Yes, right. It is.
Yeah.
You're always told to check on people when you have these kind of heat waves, especially the elderly that are living on their own. Those are the people that are most vulnerable to these kinds of sort of heat incidents. So you really got to be careful, and it's nice to be able to have that option just to check on someone and let them know. So I love that feature. That's something that's intuitive. Is that something that the user thought up, or is that something that sort of Biella suggested?
No, this is actually a user-generated prompt, so this wasn't really generated with any sort of AI. You can see by the format of this message. All right.
Great idea, by the way.
Yeah, that is true. So this is where an AI would fit in pretty well as well, because it can write a message directly, and depending on the personalized plan, if you select that, it could actually be a quite well generated message. Like, for example, it could put in specific details about yourself, so that it doesn't feel weird when you send it to a relative, right? Next up, we have a couple of my suggestions. So here we have, I keep having to scroll up. So we have, oh, come on now. AI will be one of the brand new models, such as Claude 4.7, Opus, or Sonnet 4.6. I chose these because they're some of the newest ones, and we're going to use an open router key. The open router key will be used user inputted into a field in the settings page. Do not ask me for it. And I said do not ask me for it because usually in the past, or sometimes people do actually put it in the chat, and it's fine for the most part, but it's not recommended. I wouldn't recommend adding it into the chat, into any chat, not just Biella or just anyone. Just don't share your secrets or passwords with anyone. It's not a really good idea. Next up, we have a map. So the map is placed with Mapbox. a free service that we found online, and it's actually being used by some of the biggest companies in the world, and it's actually free. That's the reason, the entire reason that we're using it. It's because it's free.
So it's similar to Google Maps and such, but we can get the API for this one. Is that right?
That's true, yeah. And it's not paid. So because we can get the API for free, yeah, unlike Google, I think Google is actually a paid service. So if you want to use
I think they're
it has limits, all of them, of course, but this one, it's open source. It's open source, and at some point it's free. But
and me and Adam actually used it before on a live stream recently. We also had a similar map, right? Like a similar website. I think it was an app.
It's actually very cool. It's very intuitive in the sense that if you've used any of the other, whether you use Waze or Google Maps, it looks very similar. So it's very intuitive. You don't need to learn how to use it from scratch. It's just you see it and you know what it does and you know how to use it. So that's what I like about it. The fact that you can use something that's free and resembles something that I'm very familiar with.
Yep. And I love working with maps too. It's one of the honestly, one of my favorite things to build. It's a map because I can actually just see the whole world, and I can just scroll and then add stuff on top of the map that actually reflects reality, right? It's one of my favorite things to build using BL, and I've done it a couple times and I love it each time. And it's really easy as well, right? Like you just give it a prompt and it's able to completely build the application. We also have another application that we did like as a test before this one, and I'm gonna show that to you guys once we're done with this. All right, let's see what we have here. So we have a couple problems. I'm not sure what that problem is. Let's just
not for now. Ignore it for now because I can see that it's working, but we can fix it a little bit later.
Yeah, so we have overpass API.de. I'm not sure what that is.
So basically with this prompt, I can choose the map I want. So the city I'm in, I tell it I want to be in this particular city, and it will generate the map of that city, of where I am, of all the points that I need to know.
Well, basically we'll generate the whole globe, not just one city map. So
it does the whole world, and basically I just choose where I am in the world.
Yes, by your location, we'll take your location and we'll show what is the most closest place where you can go.
And I can see that up in the top left-hand side of the map here, it lists them. For example, free AC centers, places where I can get water, places that are shaded. And there's those emergency cooling centers that they've been using a lot more now for those cities that get very hot, where people need to go to places where they can just sit and be cool away from that.
What exactly is an emergency cooling center? I've never seen that before.
So basically in cities where you are working with a population where there are people that are at risk because they live in apartments without AC, and what they do is they open up these schools and community centers as places for people to just sort of come and rest, spend their days there, rather than sitting in a hot apartment all day.
Okay.
Also, I saw like in Dubai, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, you know better than me, there are buses for workers?
Yes, there are. So there are cooling buses, for example. If they can't get to, if they're on a break and they just need to go and rest a little bit and cool down, have some water, bring their core temperature down, they can go to a big bus that's basically it's a cool room basically, right? So they'll sit in that bus for a few minutes, 30 minutes or so, get themselves back to normal. So that way they're not off the job the whole day. The other thing we have in Dubai, and I think other cities will follow suit in hot weather, is once the temperature gets beyond a certain limit, that in the summertime, for example, all work outside stops for a certain amount of time. So in the midday heat, when it's hottest, no one is allowed to be working outside. That's just a way to keep everybody sort of safe from that very expensive heat that hits you. It sort of lifts a couple of hours later. I'm sorry?
What's the actual temperature at which they stop working?
at about 45, 44, 45, because it's not just in Dubai. People think it's a desert, but in actuality, there's a lot of humidity in Dubai. So what you get is that 45-degree temperature, which is about, Robert says, something around 107, 110, that temperature plus the humidity on top, which makes it feel a lot worse than it actually is. So that's when you need to get people out of the heat. You need to get them out of the direct sunlight and get them into a place where their core temperature can cool back down, and dehydration isn't a problem either, right? So you want them in a place that's cool to cool themselves down, but secondly, you want them in a place where they can have access to some water as well, so there's no problem with dehydration, because one of the biggest problems with the heat is heat stroke and dehydration, right? So being able to find something like this on a map, places where I can go to cool down, is the perfect tool. And like I said, it seems such a logical idea. Why it hasn't been done in the past, it's beyond me. But the fact now that we have access to these places on our phone, I can look down on my phone and in 2 seconds I can find a place to go and cool down, is a brilliant idea. And the fact that Biella can build it so easily is what I really love about this. So it's a great idea with a great tool. You combine these two things together and look what you've got. You've got life-saving technology, basically.
Yeah, that's correct. So currently I want to change a little bit of the design on the map here. I don't really like this very much. It's too bland. It looks a little bit like a car's infotainment system, don't you guys think? So I just gave it a quick prompt in the chat here in order to change it up a little bit. Also, I do notice that the icons are moving around a little bit, so we're also going to adjust that as well. There's also a thing that I noticed with Mapbox. So since it's actually, I think it does requests each time you ask for like places in a different city or a different location. That would add up to a lot of requests at one time, and that's why there's
most
not.
People, most people are in one city.
Well, I think on the prompt was something similar to the most closest one, like not more than 15 minutes of walk. So this is why
that's true, yeah.
doing just this. Most probably, if you walk with it, will show more and more. Not because it can show all of them. It's not that much processing.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yes. But it's okay. I mean, we can increase the ratio on everything.
Yeah, that's true. But I really don't want to run into the API having like limits on us.
No.
Idea.
It's okay for now. But most probably it's because, I mean, you will not walk more than 15 minutes to find a shade, right?
Hopefully. I mean, that's the whole point of the app. I mean, you don't want to be walking.
Otherwise, I will take a taxi and go home.
Right.
What if there's like 50 degrees in your house? What if it's an oven? My oven can go to 50
Look,
degrees.
I don't want to be any place where I need to walk more than 10 minutes. Right? And we don't want to be walking more than 10 minutes. And that's what this app is designed to do, right? To be able to get me from one place to another that's cool, and I know it's safe, and I know it's made for what I need. And if I'm walking and I have my map, it's going to zoom in on where I am, right?
Okay. So I want to quickly show and switch over to the other application that we did as a test, because I think it's more like, while this one is building, I think it's a little bit more advanced. So it's also a couple prompts in. It's not too complex or anything. I can actually show the
I
history.
think also was good. We can compare both of them.
That's true, yeah. So it's also 3 prompts in, so it's not that many as well. There's also a mobile responsive, and there's actually a bug with this one where the sidebar doesn't want to close, or it's just always open here. So let's quickly use this tool. So I want to actually show to everyone watching this how to use a really useful Biella tool that's often overlooked. So this tool right here in the corner of the screen. It's called the, is it called a picker? Like
I call it the magic tool.
the
Yes.
magic tool. Okay, everyone has like a different name for it. So I call it the picker, I think, because it just basically picks. But yeah, so this tool here, the magic tool or the picker, whatever you want to call it, is actually one of the most useful things that Biela has, and it's really easy to use. So let me show you guys. So once you click this button right here in the corner, you can actually select what you want from the website that you're doing, and you can actually edit. So you can give context to the AI in order to edit the thing that you want to edit. So for example, I want to edit this sidebar here. I'm going to click on it with this tool here. I'm going to click on it, and it's being put right into the chat here as a nav. So this is called a nav in HTML. And now the AI has context of what I'm actually talking about. So it's much easier than actually having to explain. Like, let's say, for example, you're 3 menus in and 3 pages in. You don't want to explain, hey, go here, go into that page, go into that menu. It's much easier to just give context directly using this tool to Biela and simply
So
explain
basically,
that.
what it does, Theo, it takes a sort of snapshot of what you want changed. It puts it in the prompt box, and the prompt knows now, the AI knows exactly what part you want to change because it sees the snapshot you've taken with the picker or the magic tool.
Yes,
Yes.
that is true.
I
let's
prefer
give-
this tool, and also I prefer the screenshot.
Yeah,
Because if you
you can
give
also
to
do
the
that.
AI an image, we'll know exactly where is everything, what to change. So it's easier to show it rather than to explain it.
So you
Well-
have 2 options, basically. You can use the picker tool, the magic tool, or you can take a screenshot. And basically, once you do that, the AI knows what you want to change now. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Great idea. Great. Yes, I think that's much easier for a lot of people because I myself don't like to explain what I need to change in words. I would rather just, here's what I want, fix this.
Or maybe
So
you
that's
don't
what
know
this
that
tool is
that's
made
a
for.
sidebar, or what it's a footer, or what it's a header. For
Yes,
now,
yes.
for now, of course. But until that moment, you can use this tool, and you don't need to explain it that exactly what is where, which page.
So this is actually why I kind of wanted to switch to this project. I really like the map of this. It's Toronto, and Adam is really
That's my
familiar with
hometown,
this.
by the way.
Yeah, you're really familiar with this, and it also has some 3D aspect to it, which I really like. Like you can see, it's very
By the way,
nice.
this was not planned. I had no idea where they were going to pick Toronto.
No, I knew in advance. I'm just joking.
There you go. So it's a surprise for me. And they're still celebrating Canada Day, by the way. Canada Day was yesterday. So they're probably still celebrating there.
Oh,
Is it
look,
Canada
Adam,
Day or
someone
Canada Day?
Oh, sorry. Continue.
I said, is it Canada Day or Canada Day?
No, it's Canada Day. This Can Day is something that you've made up. If you want to have it catch on, go ahead and try.
I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, speaking of catching on and trends, I think we're live streaming on X right now, right? Or Twitter, as they call it, as they used to call it.
They used to call it, yes.
They used to call it, yeah. I think we're streaming on X, which is pretty impressive. I don't think we've done that before. Maybe we did.
Welcome to all our X users. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming and joining
Yep.
us today on Development Thursday.
That is true. Welcome.
Yes. Someone is asking what is the CoolMap. Let's explain it again. What do you think, guys?
Yes, so this is very similar to the one we were working on before. This is a map that allows you to see areas where you can get out of the heat. So it's your city, wherever you are, and it has certain spots geolocated for you where you can see either it's a cooling center, a shopping mall, an area where you can get water, parks that have big shaded areas. So you're able to get out of that heat when you're walking. If I'm walking with my dog and I need to find some place out of the sunlight, show me the nearest park with a shaded area, and I can find it on the map and go directly to that area and get a little bit of respite from that heat, right? So CoolMap is a great little idea that's perfect for people that are out in that hot summer sun. And when it gets really hot, you'll need something like this because you want to know quickly where is that cool area that I can get to fast, right? It's a great idea, by the way.
Yes, it is. And I think
we
it's
also
to have something like this these days because we need to be very careful with this.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think, yeah, I was talking about like I think the public municipalities should have a similar website or at least a feature on their official website.
You would hope they do. You would hope they
Yeah.
do, right?
If they care, they should implement something like this.
And if
Maybe
they
they can
don't,
use
there you
Biela for
go.
it.
Now you've got a plan to present to the municipality. There's something I got for you, city. Look what I got. How many lives do you want to save with my little idea that I stole from Biela?
They need to pay royalties for that.
Right? Maybe the
Okay.
city of Toronto will have something like this, but who knows? If they don't, it's something you can present to them. It's like I said, it's a great idea. It's actually, if we take it to the extreme, it's life-saving technology, right? You want people to get out of that heat. I think every year we have unnecessary people, passing away because of the heat that they're exposed to. That is something that a lot more accessible to them if they could get to a place that's cool, right? So cities should concentrate on this. It's very important.
True.
Correct. All right, so I do want to go through the application itself and see what exactly we have around here. First of all, let me actually remove this footer here because it's kind of bothering me.
So we're looking at the right side of the map. We've given Biela the prompt that says within a 15-minute walk. So what it's done is it's created this map with 15-minute
Toronto.
walking radius to every cooling spot in the city, whether it's a city mall or a building with AC or a cafe or even parks with large shaded areas, right? And
Now
each one
I'm
of
gonna
those
ask
points-
you. I'm gonna ask you, Adam. Are these places real? Like,
Yes,
not
of course
sure.
they are, right? The Botanical Gardens, the Central Library, you can see them down the right side here. They're listed
right
St.
side.
Mary's Community Hall, the Rec Center. All of these places exist in the city of Toronto. Absolutely.
oh really?
University
But are they
Student
placed
Center.
correctly?
Zoom in on one of them and tell me what the name of the place is.
So this is Municipal Emergency Center Shelter.
Well,
This is
those are
Saint-
going to be community centers. Yeah, those are community centers, right?
St. Mary Community Hall.
Yeah, give me the blue one above it. Give me the blue dot above it, the blue location there. Yeah, what's that
The
one?
blue one is University Student Center.
It makes sense. It's on University Street. It's the University of Toronto down there. So the University of Toronto takes up about 4 or 5 blocks down there, right? It's a very big university. So I expect that that's probably correct, that the map itself is correct and those points are correct. That
So
is
basically
where the
taking
university is.
real data, right? It's not demi data
Yes,
or
it's,
something.
it's
just
real data, right?
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. So we have a heat plan. So we need to add the OpenRouter API key. So let's do that real quick. Let's see if I can actually, perfect. It's not gonna be shown to everyone on screen because that would be pretty embarrassing if I did that. So let's just quickly add
it's
the
okay.
key.
We can delete it after this. So this is just
Well,
for test. But
course.
Following your advice, don't show it to nobody. Don't place it in the code or on
Of course,
GitHub
of
or
course.
something like this because you don't know who is there outside who wants to install it and use it.
So look
So-
at these look at the features we've built into this app using Biela. It's who are you planning this for? So we have, 6 or 7 different options here. Somebody who's elderly, obviously he's going to be walking a little bit less. The distances I need for that person, are closer. outdoor workers. These are people that are working outdoor that can't get away for the whole day. Maybe they just need, a half-hour break to sit somewhere cool. Pet owners, like I said, I want to get to a cooling center, but I can't take my dog into the coffee shop or some coffee shops now, yes, but into the mall. Parents of young kids, you want to take your kids someplace fun and interesting. You don't want them running wild someplace where they're going to get very bored, right? And
I
here's
did
that one that I
actually
think
go
is.
to. I'd actually go to a
Yep.
clinic today, and I saw right in the corner of it there was a sticker for a cat and a dog, and there was like a hook outside,
Yep.
and you could like hook the collar or like the leash of the dog.
Well, I hope they were inside.
No, they were outside.
No, that's not a good idea to sort of hook your pet out in the sun.
It was a clinic, so I think they have stricter rules. I'm not sure. It was like an elderly.
Maybe.
Either way,
Yeah.
I just take the hook out and take your dog someplace where you can get them cool. But look at these last two, the no AC at home and chronic condition. These are vital. These are the people that really need to worry about the heat, right? If you have a chronic condition, you have to be very careful about how much heat exposure you have, right? So I want to be able to get to these kinds of places quickly and safely, and I want to be able to spend the whole day there so that I'm not in that chronic heat that's very oppressive in the summertime, right?
All right, let's see. Let's click on continue and see what happens. Personal heat plan. Tell us your situation. We'll write a 24-hour plan tailored for you, when to go out, where to be, and what to bring. Where
Let's
are
do
you
one
today?
with kids.
With kids?
So first it's going to ask where are you, and it says your city. So I guess, all right, let's start with that.
We can click on no AC at home.
All right.
With young kids.
Go ahead. Yeah. 2. City here.
Actually, we forgot to mention that this website actually asks you for a location, but currently it didn't ask me because we're running this on inside of a web container. But if we were to actually deploy this website, or
You can deploy it and maybe we can see it.
yeah, we can deploy it. But yeah, so it's gonna ask you for a location. It's gonna actually pull up the nearest
Cooling centers.
cooling centers.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
In next to your or near your location. I did test it out earlier, and it worked fairly well. And I was actually surprised when I saw a couple of pharmacies that I knew pop up on the screen there, and that was very nice. That was a surprise. But yeah, let's continue.
It does.
So let's see,
So
Toronto or Dubai. What do you think?
Let's do Toronto because we're aware of it. Dubai, everything's going to be hot and everything's AC'd anyway. Dubai is one of those cities that's built for heat, right? So it's not really fair to use that one as a comparison.
What's the temperature in Toronto? Do you know? Do you happen to know?
It'll hit in the 35s in the summertime. When we get a heat wave, it'll go up to 38, right?
Oh,
so it does get hot. People think Canada's an ice cold country with snow and ice, but I tell you what, in the summertime we do get that heat. Right? Not for long.
31 right now.
It's 31 right now. So there you go.
I think it's coming from the south. I think they're pumping that heat.
I don't know where it's coming from. It might
From
be
the
coming
neighbors
from
from the
forest
south.
No,
fires.
you are true. Actually, you are true, Theo. For example, in Europe, it's coming from the Sahara Desert
Yeah.
and entering like from in Spain or in the east or from the Mediterranean Sea.
You know what they should
There
do?
you
They
go.
should just build a wall for that heat just to contain it in the Sahara Desert.
Well,
Great
there are mountains.
I did see I did see a plan on YouTube. Somebody was talking about like planting a lot of trees in the Sahara Desert. I'm not sure if that's viable or not, but it sounds cool as hell.
We plant trees in the desert. It's not impossible. It just needs a lot of water, but it is possible to grow things in the desert, right?
Yep.
But what we've done here is we've chosen a location. It's asked for the expected peak temperature. Then what?
But I do want to mention that here we could actually implement a open meteo whatever it's called, open meteo weather API here, so that it can actually bring the weather information, or like the temperature at least, for the current location. So
very nice. So you could actually work in the city temperature that day, right?
that's true.
But I think what it's looking for here is the peak.
Yeah, the peak. Well, for now we can just use it like this as a slider, as a manual slider.
yep.
But that's just
I
an
think that's
idea
a
that
great
you
idea.
could do.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Well, I
No,
think
that's
I
a-
have
that's a
the
great-
API, Theo. If you want, we can add it and try it out. It's open weather.
open weather. Well, if you can provide one to me, we can test it out right on the stream. So
I
we
will
actually
try
didn't.
to
We just got
generate-
this idea right now.
I will
So
try to generate one right now.
that's
let's see.
awesome. I'm sure it's not even supposed to use an API, but I
It's
know
using-
I've used
I
it.
have it here. We used it one time. I think we made a dashboard or something similar.
Yeah.
Look, the fact is,
All right,
when we
let's just-
use Biella, there's a lot of features that we can add because it's such a versatile tool, and I don't need to know much about coding. This is one of the most important things that we fail to mention, that Biella is so intuitive that I can speak to it in natural language. I don't need to know any coding. I don't need to know even how to add this API. So if I go into the build feature, there's a build feature in Biella that's and there's a plan feature. And if I don't know what I want to do, I can work through the plan feature on Biella and talk through what I want to do. And Biella can sort of walk me through the steps. So that feature, it's for everybody basically, right? If I have the idea, I want to build the idea, but I don't know how to build the idea, the plan feature on Biella is a great addition that I think helps anybody who was hesitant to use Biella as a creation tool now shouldn't be. I mean, it basically walks you through everything step by step so that when you get to the build stage, it's ready, right? And I think that's something that we fail to mention again and again about how simple and user-friendly it is. It's done in English or in whatever language you want. You can speak to it, you can type it, but you don't need to know any coding at all. The days of HTML and JavaScript and all those other languages that those coder guys knew, it doesn't apply anymore, right? If you do know them, it still works, but the fact is that you don't need to know code anymore to be able to use Biella to create fully interactive, dynamic, and websites that are ready to use instantly, right?
And if
Like
they
we
don't
said,
know
this
any-
one, we're going to take it to the city.
If they don't know something, they can contact us, right, Adam?
As well, look, we have a lot of opportunities to interact with our developers live. So we're not talking about dealing with an AI or dealing with a chat where they get back to you 6 hours later. You through our Discord site, through our our Telegram site, you can access those developers. So if you're having problems, you can instantly go on to the Telegram site or the Discord site and contact them right away. And Theo, if you wouldn't mind putting up some of the information on how to access the Telegram and the Discord sites, right?
For sure, I can paste it in the chat right away. But
Right.
I can also show everyone how to find it in case they.
Absolutely,
that will be great.
And just
Alright.
for a second here, before you do anything, can we go back? I was talking about the plan page, the plan section.
sure.
Just show us where to find that quickly. It's one button, right? It's
For
on the
sure.
home page, right? So,
Alright, so
I
the-
was saying if I don't know what to do, I would click on that plan section and it would walk me through how to do what I want to do. And
Adam,
then
you have
it
to use
would
the phrase. It's Ask Biella. Come
Ask
on.
Biella. There it is. That's our catchphrase for the
Yep.
last 6 weeks now, right? And it's become our catchphrase moving forward. Ask Biella through the plan stage, right? And
That's
it will tell
always-
you what to do,
Yeah.
right?
You can always just ask Biella if you're curious about something or if you're unsure about what to do, how to continue on with your project. We also have a private CTO you can speak to in order to get
Look,
more.
and let's
tailored
not
advice.
fail to mention how simple it is to register on Biella and what you get just by registering. You don't even have to pay anything. It's a simple registration. You log in with a username and a password and create an account. And within, 2 minutes of having that registered account up and ready to go, you're creating websites, right? You're creating web apps. You're creating, presentations and dashboards and whatever you can think of. right? So registration on Biella is very simple. It's 2 or 3 steps, like you register on any site, and then you can choose the plan you want, and there's all those options available to you. Plus, here is the down at the bottom here where Theo's sort of circling is our
Oh, yeah.
Discord, our Telegram question site. So if I need to ask the developer something directly within that site, I can go and I can ask them questions live.
On
I'm
the
in the
top also.
planning mode. Yeah.
On the top
Robert?
also, when you enter directly to the web, you
Mhm.
can check it. If you go back, yes, exactly there.
Yep, right here in the top corner.
And there is the Discord and on the Discord we have someone every day, all day on the live assistance.
I mean, think about that. Think of the value added in that. How many of those big websites that you use every day allow you to chat with somebody live? I mean, I have subscriptions to all kinds of big sites that I use, Microsoft and whatever. There is no way I can get access to a live person. 9 out of 10 times I'm dealing with some kind of email question and response that comes 24 hours later. No, with Biella, you're still able to chat live with anybody you need to ask a question to with regards to what you're building. That's something that I think is worth the value right there. That is value added that you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, look, if I'm going to do something like that, that's what I want, right?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the application that we're building here. So I did give it the open weather API. Let's see if that works today.
Okay.
Get current temperature. I have to enter Toronto, Canada. Let's see if it works. 33.
There it is.
Right? 33. Feels like 39. Wow, that is
39,
crazy.
you see. 39
Oh,
degrees.
I think I think that's the humidity in the air that you was that
That
you were
is.
talking
That's
about.
what. That's something. It's a very Canadian term called the humidex. Humidex is what the temperature is outside plus the humidity. So 33 degrees, but with the humidex, 39 degrees, folks. That is some serious heat for a city like Toronto.
It probably feels very terrible. I'm wondering, do Toronto homes or at least Canada homes have like AC in them? Because I know they're like
No, because we don't really need it most of the year. I mean, we do
Okay,
get, like
so-
I said, a month worth of real heat. And
So-
even
so it's
within
about
that
like
month, it cools down at night, right? So most homes don't have AC because it's not required. But I mean, you can have AC.
All right, let's see
Unlike
what we
Dubai,
can.
where everything has AC.
Let's see what we can mention here for the personal heat plan, so we can finish this. So I'm gonna say bike only. I only have a bike, right? I only have a bicycle. What else?
Bicycling in 39-degree heat.
Yeah,
That is-
we'll see what happens. I actually did bike today a little bit.
Yes,
So-
but was it 39 degrees?
Well, I don't think it was 39, but it was like 35.
All right, maybe the app will tell us get off your bicycle and go someplace cool.
But I do like biking in hot weather because like the wind starts beating on you. So, but then
That hot
when you
wind, yes. Everybody loves hot wind.
yeah,
It's
I'm
like being in a convection
rotisserie
oven, like being in an
chicken.
air fryer.
Yep, like a rotisserie chicken or an air fryer.
That's
That's true.
right.
So I only have a
Must be a-
bicycle. And what else?
All right.
What else should I say here? Optional.
And I want to
mention
go
medic-
to the library.
Well, no, something about me. Something about
I'm
me.
give your age or your condition, yeah.
I'm a bookworm guy. I don't know.
So I've never been in the sun. I'm quite susceptible to sunburning.
Oh yeah, susceptible to sunburn. That is an amazing idea. All right, let's keep it at that. Let's see, generate
Let's see
plan.
what we get.
Copy this. So we have the plan. Let's wait for the AI to respond. It's usually a little bit longer because it has to
Basically,
think.
you've told it I'm a pasty white nerd.
Yeah. Well, I do get sunburn quite a lot. I went like biking once with short sleeves, and I instantly got like first degree burns
Well, there you go.
within like 2 hours.
All
So
right.
let's
So
see.
here's what it's given us: times of day. Yeah. So it's given us,
An
suggestions
overview.
about times of day,
Yeah.
the overview.
So
Very
with
nice.
temperatures reaching 39 degrees Celsius and no air conditioning at home, you and your kids need to spend most of today in cooler public spaces. I actually forgot that I added the kids in the
Yes.
beginning. Your bicycle will be essential for getting to these locations during the cooler morning and evening hours. So you were right. I shouldn't be biking in the sun. So your day hour by hour. Let's see, 6 to 8. Pack your bags with water, snacks, sunscreen, and books. Apply sunscreen to yourself and kids before leaving. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
I always forget to do this. It's actually pretty important in the sun too. Uh, Apply sunscreen, but I always forget. I'm not sure. Do
Yeah,
you guys do it?
I tend not to sunburn. I come from Mediterranean stock, and we tend to tan a little bit easier.
Okay, what about you, Robert?
yes, I'm definitely using it, and most important because I don't want to have any problems in the future with my skin, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And
He doesn't want to look older. He wants to keep that youthful appearance.
we are joking now, but it's important to avoid different things. What I don't want to mention right now, what are
did.
so important.
Yeah, that's true. I did see like a couple pictures at one point of like a trucker. You know how they keep their
Yeah.
arm on the side of the door, and the
Yeah.
sun blasts it. And really looks like way different than the right side, or depending on if they're in.
And every
Yeah.
day there are more and more cases what are appearing, what make
Yes, so
the
you need
difference,
you
yeah.
need sunblock. Look, we joke about it, but at the end of the day, sunblock is essential. And we're talking like now, not 30, we're talking plus 50, right? Sunblock is what you need. And here it mentions, look, during from 12 till 1 o'clock, 12 to 5, basically. You can see 12 o'clock and then 1 to 5. Be indoors. Don't be outside. This is not the time you need to be outside. You need to be out of that sunlight, out of the heat. And then it says probably around 7. What does it say around 7 there, Theo?
Let
7
me
p.m.
zoom in a little bit.
Yeah,
So around 7, if you must
5
travel,
to 7. Yeah.
cycle home quickly while reapplying sunscreen. Well, I don't think you should apply sunscreen while cycling, but
Why?
maybe before.
Oh, yes,
while.
before, yeah?
Yeah, unless you're
Yes,
really
I'm sure it
skilled.
means before. Yes, it doesn't mean while you're cycling.
Okay, so at home, create cross ventilation by opening windows on opposite sides. Use wet towels on necks and wrists. It's actually a really good idea. I've never tried that before. Maybe you can
Yes.
actually put them in the freezer, like before, like
Yes,
Cool,
yes.
clean towels in the freezer, and then put them on your neck. That would feel pretty good, actually. I might try that myself. And then give kids cool baths or let them play with water. That's actually a good idea, yeah. I do remember I had a bathtub, and when I was living in the attic, I actually used to stay in the bathtub like for the entire heat wave.
I don't want to know why you were living in the
It's just sometimes German houses are just made in the attic. Like they just
All right.
utilize every single space there is.
They're
So, yeah, I was
efficient.
just sitting in the bathtub. That's actually a good idea. I thought of that.
Right. Down below this, it has a section called what to bring and what to prepare, yeah?
Yeah. So we have here large water bottles for everyone, refill frequently. Speaking of water bottles with refillable ones, I think Dubai has like free water fountains where you can
Yes,
refill.
we have water refill centers. So there are places you can go set up in the city where the water is there available for you to refill your water bottles. Yes, that's a
That's
feature
awesome.
that's
In my
that's in the
city, they
city.
kind of used to just remove them. I'm not sure why, They always seem to remove them. I've seen them like a couple times and then they just disappear. But yeah, let's see. So broad brimmed hat and long sleeved light shirt for cycling. Yeah, so it did identify that as a problem with getting the sun on your arms. SPF 30 plus sunscreen, reapply every 2 hours. Snacks and activities to keep kids occupied. Your books for library time. I'm actually wondering if you were to give it your schedule, as in like work schedule, would it also take that into account?
It probably would. It can. It's you using AI here, and I'm assuming it can do a lot of these sort of features, right?
Yeah.
But let's go back and see where we are with the app now. I mean, we're close to our time, and we need to we need to see where we are.
So let's also do this real quick. So check on someone.
I love this. This is a great idea.
Yeah. So let's enter their name. I'm actually gonna do Adam. So let's do
all right.
Adam
Let them send me a message. Adam is not your grandparent. You can unclick that box.
It's my friend. Okay, let's do that. Phone number optional, of course. Message language, and you can actually select from multiple languages, which is pretty cool. But you speak French, Adam?
I can speak French and English and Arabic and Greek, whatever you want. Send the message.
All right, let's go with English so that everyone can understand. Warm and caring, brief and practical, respectful. All right, let's do it.
Respectful. Keep that in mind, son.
Yep. Context optional. Adam lives in Dubai and is originally from Toronto.
What is that? Just lives in Dubai alone is what they want. So that's why you're checking on them.
He's used to hot temperatures now. All right, let's give that as context. Generate message. Let's see what it says. Hey Adam, just checking in with you during this heat wave. I know you're pretty adapted to Dubai's temperatures by now, but wanted to make sure you're staying cool and hydrated. Let me know if you need anything or if I can drop by with some cold drinks. That's awesome.
And that was so fast, right?
That was very fast, yeah. That's true.
And I would like some cold drinks. They come in a can, and I'd like to have them.
Did you use the AI?
Excuse me?
Yes, this was created with the AI.
The message preview or what?
Yes, this one.
Yeah, it was created with the AI.
I was just. It was so fast. I was so impressed.
Let's do another one.
Let's call Robert.
Oh yeah,
let's
do
check
Robert.
In on Robert.
Robert, friend, respectful. Let's see.
Robert lives in Spain and only has a fan.
Yes, I have a fan in my room, by the way, because I don't need it that much. In my room, it's so cool, the temperature, so it's okay.
Let's
All
do
right,
that.
let's see.
Hey Robert, I saw the temperatures are really intense in Spain right now, and I'm worried about you with just that fan. Are you managing to stay cool enough? I can call to check in or help you figure out getting some extra cooling supplies if you need. So awesome. It's using AI to generate these very quick messages, very fast as well, like Robert said. Very fast. And you can copy it and send it.
Look, the other thing is, can we get some info regarding things like how to address emergencies? If there is an emergency in the city, does it help with that? So maybe say there's a heat wave in Spain and we need to check there's an emergency heat wave. What kind of message would it give there? So with respect to the option.
So you want me to add an emergency
heat wave going on in Spain right now? Does it sort of help with that?
Where Robert lives.
What kind of message do we get there?
All right, let's see.
That's all. Yes, just that.
Okay. Hey Robert, I heard about the extreme heat wave hitting Spain right now and wanted to check if you're doing all right. Are you staying cool and hydrated? Let me know if you need anything or... Okay, so it's just a normal quick text. It's nothing.
Now, look, this is a nice little feature. We can have people sort of design their own, or we can have people, if they want to be able to use this, they could put a message in the chat here called the Cool app, and we could send this to them maybe, or we could help them with this. So anybody looking to create something like this for their city, if their city doesn't have it, I would walk it down to the municipality tomorrow and go, look, I've got this app for you. Biella created it. I learned how to do it on biella.dev. Here's what I have for the idea. And maybe we could put anybody that wants access to this sort of idea, if you could just send a message in the chat for us, cool app, just message cool app, and maybe we could get back to you. We'll get back to you with an option of this, and maybe you can take it to your local municipality, right? I mean, it's a great idea, and who knows, you might get rich. Don't forget Biella.
No, they won't get rich. Come on, governments won't pay for this.
Governments will pay for a lot of things. You'd be surprised what governments pay for. That's the problem.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Let's help somebody get rich. Anybody that wants to get rich on this app, just send me a message in the chat, cool app, and we'll make sure you get a copy of this prompt. Right?
That message there in the bottom left, it's we can create a feature out of it, and it's true.
Right now?
We need something like, for example, I'm tourist and I don't know what's the emergency number of Toronto City, or I don't know what to call or how to reach.
Yes, what is the local? Can you provide the local helpline for heat waves in the city? Yeah, that's a nice feature. Right in the bottom there, it says, "Call your local heat helpline."
Based on the location. Based on the location.
Based on the location, can you provide the local heat helpline number?
All right, let's see if we can do that really quick.
That's a great idea. Right?
And then with this, we can end we can end it on a good note. Let's see.
Very nice.
I do want to check on some of these. Water Babies Toronto. Is that something you're familiar with?
A swimming pool, maybe.
Felix's swim school. Yeah, probably right. All right, let's see what it. Oh, I did it in plan mode. I'm sorry.
No worries. From here, you just need to go to plan, read whatever it asked it for, and answer it. No.
Well, I don't really want to answer all these 5 questions.
But basically, it's very nice, actually. It's nice that it did it in plan mode, because now when I want to do that, I know exactly how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Which is actually a nice thing that we just did, even if it was by accident, right? It let us see how to create something in plan mode, and you'll be able to do that onto the build mode next, right? So like I said, if anybody wants to build this, they can take this in a message from us. Just leave me a message in the chat. Cool app. Like I said, take it down to your local municipality if you don't see something like this. This is life-saving technology. All you need is a few words with the right people, and who knows, you could be the one responsible for the cool app in your city that biella.dev developed. And you could tell them I learned this on biella.dev. Right?
Could somebody adapt this application in order to, well, since we're talking about the Canada National Day, USA, the 4th of July, Independence Day, whatever you want.
Yes, the 4th of July is just 3 days away in the US, right? It's a big holiday. There are probably a lot of centers, right? It's probably a great thing to put out there. I have this app. If you're going out to see fireworks on the 4th, this is the app you might want to have. I created in Biella. It's a nice feature to have out there and to promote yourself, as well as, Biella taught me how to do this, but something that everybody can take out with them and show people. With the 4th of July, everybody's out there. Young people, old people, people with their pets, people with their kids. And if somebody could come along and have this app ready for people and show them, look what I've created in Biella, it would be an amazing tool. And like I said, somebody gets it to the right set of hands, somebody could get rich very quickly.
Awesome. I think I had like an idea spark in my head for this 4th of July and like this whole application thing with like shelters. I was thinking of like dogs. You know how dogs are kind of afraid of fireworks. Maybe we
Yes.
could have. Maybe somebody could actually use this application, this website, as a template because we're going to release it in a template. And maybe someone can adapt this in order to do like shelters, maybe like local shelters for dogs to take refuge in for the
From the
fireworks.
fireworks.
Yeah, for the firework noises. Right? Like maybe there's some places. I'm sure there's places in this world where you can take your dogs to, like dog shelters, maybe where they
Do
have.
you want 50 or 60 dogs all scared at the same time in one place?
I mean, maybe they have like sound isolation. I don't know. Maybe they could put some Apple earbuds in their ears.
You could
I don't
design
know.
all kinds of things. Look, there are
Yeah.
times when the cities are going to have rain, and this could be a rain map. There are times when cities get, all kinds of other sort of natural features that cities get, not just rain and wind. You get in Dubai, you could have it for, when the sandstorms come. Who knows? So this
Yeah, that's
this
true.
idea of
Actually.
having a map that is dynamic and interacts to what's going on around you, the climatological changes and the meteorological changes that going on around you, is a great feature to have. So like I said, it will be available as a template. You will be able to use it, and you'll be able to download it for free from Biella. So who knows in the future what this map can actually do. And maybe when we first release it, it might be free, but after some time, if we see that it's a template that people are using for all kinds of things, it might not remain free for long. So while it is on Biella's template store, I would advise going down there and getting it while it's still probably going to be free as we first launch it, right? Who knows how long it'll remain free for. But this template is something that you can use for anything. Like we said, tonight we saw it was a very practical and logical task, but your imagination is your limit. So let's see what we can do. But like I said, check out biella.dev. Register on the site. It costs nothing to register. It takes 2 minutes. It's a great tool. You saw us create all kinds of amazing features on it in less than an hour now. We've been working for an hour, and look what we've created, right? So
Yep.
I think that's a good place to call it for tonight. Guys, is there anything more you want to add?
Well,
Not
for
now.
me, no. We're still waiting for BL to finish that step, but it's going to be
Yep,
done by the time the
let's wait
template
for
goes
that
live.
step. Exactly, right?
But again, when we are going to show this, put these templates on Biela so the people can use it, and if there is anything what the people needs from our side to help them with to develop their project, they can contact us on Discord or Telegram or wherever.
In Spanish too, right, Robert?
In Spanish too, exactly.
Awesome.
There you
So
go.
we actually got the local helplines here for Canada.
Well, it's, every country has their own emergency number. So
Oh,
here are 3 sort of numbers. We have one for emergency,
let me
which
know.
might be
Adam.
something severe. We also have health advice, which is 811. And for some reason, we have the suicide crisis hotline.
I
But
don't know why we
going
have that,
back to
but
911, 911 is actually what I grew up with. And I didn't know that in different cities there are different numbers. For example, in Dubai, the 911 number in Dubai is 999, right?
Here is
Oh, yeah.
in Spain it's 112. Totally
112,
different.
there you go. Yes, right?
So this is why it's important. This feature, it's so nice.
Yes.
it's awesome. Okay, I think we can end
Alright.
it here. I think we can
Alright. Great.
finish this.
Thank
Grab
you,
the
guys.
template while it's
Amazing.
hot. It's like it goes like hot bread, fresh bread.
Super. Right. Thank you guys for if you enjoyed tonight's call, leave some messages, come on and leave some reviews, come on and try out the site, We're always happy to have new users. We love to have people try out Biella. Tell your friends about Biella. Tell kids about Biella. It's a simple enough tool that even your kids can use it. And probably, let's not lie to ourselves, our kids can probably use it better than us. So thank you again for another amazing Thursday night, guys. From me and from the team, good night from Development Thursdays. We'll see you next week. And enjoy your holidays if you're in the US and celebrating 4th of July.
Happy
Stay
4th of
safe,
July.
and we'll see you guys soon.
And stay
Good night.
safe.
Bye-bye.
Right?